Good morning, John Augustine, back again. Uh, St. Augustine, City of God. Some of the angels sinned, however, and were thrust down to the lowest depths of this world, which serves as their prison, so to speak, until their coming final damnation on the day of judgment. The Apostle Peter makes this crystal clear when he says that God did not spare the angels when they sinned, but cast them into prisons of deep darkness and gave them over to be kept for punishment at the judgment. Who can doubt then that God separated these angels from the others, either in his foreknowledge or in his work of creation? And who would deny that there is good reason for the others to be called light? For even we who still live by faith and still hope for equality with them, but have not yet attained it, are already called light by the apostles. For once you were darkness, he says, but now you are light in the Lord. If the St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 8. As for the apostles, as for the apostate angels, however, anyone who understands or believes that they are worse than faithless human beings sees right away that it is wholly fitting for them to be termed darkness. For this reason, even if some other light is to be understood in the passage of Genesis, where we read, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, even if some other darkness is signified in the passage where it is written, and God separated the light from the darkness. Genesis chapter 1, verse 3 to 4. We still hold that these two companies of angels are represented here, one enjoying God, the other swollen with pride, one to whom it is said, "Praise him, all his angels." Psalms uh, 148, verse 2. The other, whose prince says, "All these I will give you if you fall down and worship me." Matthew chapter 4, verse 9. One burning with holy love for God, the other smouldering with unclean love for its own exaltations. And since, as it is written, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. The Apostle James, chapter 4, verse 6, and some other one. The one dwells in the heaven of heavens, the other cast down from above, swarms chaotically in this lower heaven of the air. The one is tranquil with luminous devotion, the other boils with dark desire. The one at God's command brings merciful help or exacts just vengeance. The other, in its own arrogance, seized with desire to vanquish and harm. The one serves God's goodness in order to provide all the care it wants. The other is checked by God's power in order to keep it from doing all the harm it wants. The former mocks the latter in this against its will, due the latter's persecution work to the former's benefit, and the latter persecution works to the. Well, I'll just leave it there before that because I can cross arrogancy. Saves God wants in order to provide all the care it wants. I'll just leave it. Start there again tomorrow. Sometimes it just gets a bit, to me, complicated. Um, but that's St. Augustine written all those years ago. It's still very relevant for us. So cheerio now, and I'll be finishing with some of the events in 2013. Bye now.